I am so excited and so honored to have with me here Travis Houston, the president and co founder of Heal at Scale. I'm looking forward to everyone getting a chance to see your $1 million practitioner calculator, how you came up with it, and how you think we can all benefit. So, Travis, I'm going to hand it over to you and say again, thank you and welcome to ABA.
Oh, Lisa, seriously, thank you so much for having me in the group. Let's just take this down to the studs right up front and have a real conversation. Because although this is called the $1 million Practitioner Calculator, this is clarity. This session that we are going to do right now is nothing more than a clarity piece. And the clarity piece comes from two things that we're going to do today. Where are we right now? Where do we want to go? There's one thing in the $1 million Practitioner Calculator that is so clarifying, that shows you precisely what to work on next to get to where you want to go, no matter what your number is. If you want an extra $10,000 a year, if you would like to double your revenue, if you'd like to honestly take your revenue down so you can have more time off, all of this is possible with the $1 million Practitioner Calculator. Some people are ambitious and they want to shoot for that $1 million mark. It doesn't matter what your number is. It matters that you get clear and focused on where you are now, where you would like to get to, and then being able to connect those dots from getting to point A to point B. There's no ceiling that we have to hit. There's only possibility in this conversation. So with that, I'm going to share my screen and let's just walk through this process together. Yeah. So first thing I want to say is I want you to be able to have the $1 million Practitioner Calculator available to you to run these numbers with. I'm going to go through some examples so you can see how the calculator works. And there's one feature in the calculator most people miss. And I can't wait to show you over here on the calculator itself, which one is the absolute clarifying piece. And we're going to cover that in a minute. But for right now, can you just make sure you get a copy of this? So you're going to want to go to that link right here and get the calculator. So why don't we just do this together? You're going to click the button to get the calculator now. It asks for your name and email, and then you click on the orange button to get access via email. You end up on this thank you page, but really you've got to go. It says, hey, go check your email from me, Travis Houston. And then you get an email that looks exactly like this. And then to get the calculator, you click the link in the email and it takes you to a page that looks exactly like this one. And this is where we'll be going through and actually using the calculator. So to get to this page, the easy way of doing that, like we just talked about, is to come over to this link right here, which is healatscale.com/Lisa2023. And that will get you to that page. Okay. Today is not about becoming a millionaire. It has nothing to do with million. Today is simply about something that I know Lisa is passionate about. I am passionate about, and it's the importance of diversifying income streams so that you can reduce risk and so that you can increase financial stability and safety. What if? Look at your life, look at your practice, look at your business right now. What if you didn't have to only have your income exclusively, and I say exclusively, from one-to-one care with clients? And I know a lot of people, practitioners, acupuncturists, are just seeing people one-on-one. But some people, like Lisa and other people in the community, are adding on additional sources of revenue in lots of other ways, which allows you to take time off, which allows you to have vacations and still know that money's coming in. So that financial security gets up leveled and your financial risk gets descaled. So wouldn't it be fantastic if you didn't have to overbook your schedule and you could really create the income that you desire and deserve from not seeing patients only one-on-one? Okay, let's get on with a bit of clarity. So I want to jump now into the actual $1 million Practitioner Calculator. This is going to be fun. We're just going to have some fun with this. And so with that, I'm just going to scroll down to the actual calculator itself. So this is what the $1 million Practitioner Calculator looks like. Now, where I actually like to start is right now. So I like to input what's going on in my business right now. And hopefully you have a great snapshot of what your business looked like last year. So we can use that to create some projections for what we could do into the next year. Most acupuncturists I've ever talked to and work with start right here in working one-on-one with patients virtually or in clinic. And because it's acupuncture, mostly you're seeing people one-on-one in person. Okay. Now, I did a little bit of research, which I thought I always like to look at these numbers for different segments of the people that we work with. I looked it up on PubMed, and it's this interesting study that came out in 2019, so not that long ago, about acupuncture price in 41 metropolitan regions in the United States. And they aggregated the price, out of pocket price of paying for acupuncture. So I thought it was really fascinating. So at the bottom of this abstract, I'm going to come down and just highlight this one portion. Yeah, the 10 cities with the highest median, blah, blah, blah. It said, while for all 723 clinics, the median price was $80 a visit for acupuncture, the estimation of the average gross annual income of each acupuncturist from the regions studied was about $100,000 a year. And then this is cool. In the US, acupuncture is about a $3.5 billion a year industry. And that was back in 2018. So an interesting study from PubMed looking at these things. So what I like to look at in the calculator is like my numbers to be accurate, right? So what I'm going to do is one-on-one patients, virtual clinic. Lisa, in working with so many acupuncturists, what would you say the average hourly rate is for what acupuncturists charge?
I'd say it's probably close to 85 for a returning visit.
Yeah.
That might be up to 120, but 85 is probably an average.
Okay. And on average, Lisa, whether we're just discussing you or other people, how many hours a week like actually seeing patients? I'm not talking charts or anything you do administrative, but in terms of billable hours, and I put 48 out of 52 weeks. My calculator actually only calculates 48 out of 52 weeks because we're hoping you take 4 weeks off for a vacation at least. So billable hours. How many hours do you think an acupuncturist works a week on average?
Would say I'd say at least 30.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. So yeah, we're right at that average, right? For what
Yeah.
we're about that $100,000 mark. So all we're looking to do in this conversation is be like, where are we starting? And then I know some acupuncturists are selling other things. And then I come down in this calculator called other revenue. And some people are selling devices. I don't know, like a beamer. Some people are like in the patching community. Some people are some other revenue. So I don't know. What do you think acupuncturists might be bringing in with maybe a single other source of revenue right now in terms of doing acupuncture and then maybe selling some of the devices on the back end? $3,000, $4,000 a month, less, more?
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna put it like 1 to 2,000, so maybe 1,500.
Split the
So
difference.
that's
Let's just say,
typically herbs and supplements.
yeah.
There might be some other devices in there, but typically herbs.
Okay.
And I
So
just wanna add one other thing because I know people are already saying this in their mind, is that billable hours might be 85, but if you're taking insurance, you're getting reimbursed like 40. So there can be a huge range here, and so most people are gonna see that 122,000, and they're gonna think that's not what I'm making. If they're taking insurance, then these numbers are not
which is
they're gonna be
why
different.
you get to put
Yeah,
your own numbers into the calculator, which is why I
exactly.
wanted you to have a version of it. So you're not
Yeah.
only using my numbers, you're actually getting to put your numbers into the calculator. And this is where the
Yes.
clarity piece comes from. We can only be clear, much like you can only help a patient if they've given you an honest assessment about what's going on with them or they've allowed you to do diagnosis of them, right? It's hard to treat somebody without having a diagnosis first. So all we're trying to do is get a clear picture of what's going on in your business as it is right now. And you're the only one that sees this calculator. So no one else sees this
Right.
calculator. This information is not stored anywhere. I just had this built into a little piece of internet code that went on a web page. And when you refresh this page, it all goes away. It's not stored anywhere. So you can feel safe putting these numbers in, knowing that no one else is going to see them except for you. And when you refresh the page, the numbers go away. It's that simple. Okay. So if I come down here and I see we might be at $140,000 a year. Great. Fantastic. All I want to do is say, okay, now that we've got an idea about where we are, we've got some clarity. Where could we go? How could we add on a bit more income? How can we diversify our income streams? And I said this at the very beginning. How can we diverse our income streams so we reduce risk and we increase stability. Great. So let's just pop up to the top. So here's how I like to start to run through this. I want to explain what these columns are. So here in the multiple streams of revenue column, we have something called a core program. This would be like the main online offer that some practitioners, acupuncturists, create. We have one acupuncturist in our group who's creating a program. Actually, we have two now, maybe three, that are doing infertility programs. Not only do they treat people in their clinics for infertility, but they have online programs about things that you can also do to accentuate getting pregnant, having a baby. That would be like their core or their signature program, right? Now, some people have a high ticket offer. And I'm going to talk about what that is. That's like a concierge style service where you're seeing people for generally a very high fee, and it's more concierge style treatment, VIP, right? White glove, whatever you want to call it, would help people build high ticket offers. And then also low ticket offers, things that are less expensive, but have leverage to it, meaning none of these are seeing people one on one. They're highly leveraged group models or concierge style group medicine. Okay, monthly continuity or membership, that's much like Netflix, right? People are paying a monthly fee to have some sort of membership access to content and, most importantly, community. That content and community part's so important. We've already talked about one-on-one. We're gonna talk about digital products. Digital products, for the people that can't afford core program or high ticket, some of those people will buy less expensive, smaller digital products, ebooks, smaller programs, a video series, something that's less expensive. And we'll run through all of these. This is a big one. For a lot of our people that we work with, back ending into supplements is something that can be profitable. You don't have to do it, but we find that people integrate into their Wellevate or their full script account and get back end money from supplement sales. And some of the larger players that we work with have companies that are in the 8 figures that only focus on supplement sales. So there's a wide range that you can do there. Affiliate income comes two ways. Affiliate can be inbound, where other people are mailing to you. And then you can have affiliate income outbound, where you are promoting other people's products and getting paid. Some of our clients can get sponsored, meaning they're sponsored to put posts on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. Takes quite a large following to do that. So I don't think we'll cover that on this call. Sponsored events. Anyone can do this, really. You can have lunch and learns. You can have events. You can hold them at your offices. You can then have sponsors pay to promote the event, even in your local community, and they cover the costs of all marketing, and you get people in the door for some sort of an educational series. So sponsored events are a great thing to do. And then we'll put other revenue. This is where I'll put some people are in some sort of multi-level marketing. They're selling affiliate programs. They've got Amazon income. I just kind of look at that as other revenue options. We'll be talking through all of this. So I'm going to take you through, I'm going to say a typical client of ours who's in the $1 million range and what their business looks like as a possibility. And then we'll mess with the calculator and play with some numbers. Lisa, feel free to pop in at any point. I'm going to go through one of our more successful clients and show you what her business looks like from a $1 million standpoint. Okay, so this is just an example of a practitioner who's not been in the business very long, but had a little bit of a social following. She had about 2,000 people on her email list, and she had about 22,000 people following her across different social media channels. So not huge, but decent, right? She started off with a core program that she sells for $1,995. And I'd say our core programs that our students come in sell somewhere between $1,000 to $2,500 for a core signature program that someone would go through, like an online program, a group program that would be like somewhere between 6 and 10 weeks long. And a group of people go through the program all at the same time and they get a result. And so she had 251 students register for her very first group program. So she made a little over $500,000 her first time out. She launched that program a second time in the same year. And she had about 523 students overall in the year. So only from adding one additional online program and having a list, I know not everyone's got a list already built of a few thousand people, but she was able to produce $1 million business in revenue from adding one additional source of online revenue. And now she is back ending. She's taking some of the profits from this and she's putting it into building now her own supplement line. Okay. So let's not go that big initially. Let's just say that we're going to charge maybe $1,500 for an online program that takes somebody from feeling meh to yay in 6 to 10 weeks. Okay. Some of the people in our programs are doing 40 to 50 people a cohort. I'm just going to show you the path to $1 million. And then we're going to take all the numbers way down. So she was 160 students a year at $14.95 for a different practitioner in the gut health space. High ticket offer. This is something we like to see in the higher end range. So this is going to scare a lot of people. High ticket offer. This is where out of 160 people that might go through your online program in a whole year, I'm talking a whole year. Some people will go through your program in a whole year. There's a portion of these people that want more access to you from a higher level. So those people can pay a higher ticket offer, and you'll get a portion of these students to do now low ticket. Some people won't pay the $14.95. Some people don't want your high ticket offer, but maybe they want labs or testing or some results looked at. That can be like you're getting some blood work or some labs for maybe $297. And this we can scale up pretty well to 350 people a year. You're getting at least a person a day coming through. You've got someone on your team, or you're using a company like Rupa Health that can adjust those labs, and you're just charging a nominal fee to look at that. And then some of these people you're selling into your core program, and a portion of those will get into your high ticket offer. Okay. So monthly continuity membership, let's just not factor this in. It's a lot to also do all of this. So putting all of this together takes a lot of time. Lisa just said she's building slowly and it's taking time to get there. So let's not even factor in monthly continuity membership. And oh my gosh, that's too many hours if we're doing other things. Let's take our billable hours down to 8 hours a week.
Yes.
And because you're doing other things and you're becoming more well known in a space, let's take up your average hourly rate to 120. Okay. You have more scarcity around your availability, which means that your billable hours can go up. Okay. So I'm taking our rate up just a little bit, but I am drastically reducing the time that you see. Let's just take it to 6. Okay. It's still fun to see one-on-one patients, but I want you to focus on other parts of your business that you'll see why in a minute. The clarity piece is coming, okay? There's one column that is the clarity piece of all of this, and I can't wait to show it to you, okay? Digital products. We find people sell digital products around $49 to $99. So I'm just gonna split the difference right now and just say it's 75, somewhere in there. And let's say, I don't know, you can sell 10 of those a week from your website, from maybe some ads, maybe some affiliates, people seeing you on social media. So it doesn't add that much more money, but a little bit. Now, one of the things that we see happens all the time is when you have people in your core program, you have people in your high ticket, a few, you have a bunch of people getting the labs, right? You're selling some digital product, you're posting maybe a little bit more on social media. People will start buying from your back end supplement store, Elevate, Full Script, something like that, where you can turn your protocols into bundles and kits that you can sell. I'm going to say an average price of a supplement somewhere around $45. Lisa, what do you think?
Yep, that works.
Okay. And hopefully you can sell, I don't know, 50 to 100 of these a week because people are going through your programs, they're seeing your kits. Let's just put 60 sold. Okay. Now, I'm not going to fill in too many more of these columns, but I do think affiliate income is really easy because you're starting to build a list of people and more people are seeing what you're doing in the space. Some people will want to promote your offer, and then you might want to promote other people's offers. So affiliate income, inbound and outbound, right? So inbound, your earnings per click, I don't know, mine are like $11 a click inbound for us. I see it normally somewhere around $2 to $3 inbound. And let's just say an affiliate can send 3,000 clicks. What does this mean? It means when someone likes you and what you do and believes in you, and they have an email list, they can send an email to their database to your product or program, your core program, your high ticket offer, your low ticket offer, and they make a commission on what they sell. So someone could maybe send you 3,000 clicks a month. That's not a lot of clicks, to be honest, for good affiliates. They could send you 3,000 clicks a month and you're earning $2 per click. So for the year, you made an extra $72,000. Great. Affiliate income outbound. Let's say that you have a small email list and maybe it's only $1 per click emailing for someone else's, whatever. And maybe you send 500 clicks a month. I'm trying to keep these numbers reasonable and low. Okay. Let's not do any sponsored content. Let's not do any sponsored events and other revenue. Let's just leave it right where it is. Okay. So review. Core program, $1,495, 160 people a year in either a live cohorts or evergreen. Okay. So averaging 160. High ticket offer, 12,000 at 30, low ticket, 297, 350 people. Let's just take it down to 300. And if you start to add all of these up, what the calculator does at the bottom down here, it shows us a number. And I don't even know what it's going to be, but let's look it up. So we're almost to a million, real dang close with how these numbers have come in. But I know this isn't going to be realistic for people that are starting out. So let's just talk about some things that are reasonable. This is how you get to $1 million in 2 to 3 years by slowly stacking on things. But let's just remove a bunch of these. Let's say, Travis, a high ticket offer for me, ridiculous. I can't even see myself doing. A low ticket, I'm probably not even going to do that. But one of the things I want you to see before I do this and take all these numbers away is I want you to play with your own numbers. Don't look at anything I'm doing. I'm just showing you some examples. What I want you to do is I want you to put your own numbers in and play with it. But Lisa, the thing that's important to me that we talk about and that is the clarity piece of all of the calculator is this one thing. So when I scroll up here, I've got this column for multiple streams of revenue. We've of course got investment. This is the money column. Students per year. This is the how many people are in each of these, right? This is the calculation that times the investment by the number of people. We get this number here. The most important column out of all of this, however you run your numbers, when you're adding diversified income streams to, again, reduce risk and increase stability, it's this column right here. It's the percentage of total revenue column. I wish I'd figured this out many years ago because I could start playing with numbers, doing some financial projections, doing some goal setting, doing some visioning about what my business could look like based upon what other people are already doing. So I know it's possible. And I could look at, okay, let's say my business was one-on-one. I was earning $85 and I was working 30 hours a week. And I start to throw in some of these other things. What I want to look at in this calculator, Lisa, as you see it, and as we scroll through, what's the largest percentage of total revenue? That is our map for what to work on next. So in this document, what's our largest portion of total revenue?
It is for sure the high ticket offer that you have there.
Totally is. Tell you what,
Yep.
let's remove high ticket. Let's just, okay, great. Let's say that I'm not going to charge $12,000 a year. I could never see myself doing that if that's what you're saying. Let's remove it. Okay, great. We've just taken things out. And let's say I can't do 160 students a year. I could maybe do 60, right? So we just start playing with these numbers. And let's say I don't want to work 30 hours a week doing all this other stuff. Let's just take it down to 12, right? So I'm taking some time to build a online core offer. I don't have any high ticket right now. Maybe I've got some low ticket, but maybe that's going to be, let's just call that 50, right? We just start playing with the numbers. And the thing that I want you to see is maybe you're not even selling 60 supplements a week. Maybe you're selling 15. I want you to play with these numbers in a realistic way for you. Maybe you're saying, Travis, no digital products this year. Okay, let's look at this. Now we've got a core program with 60 students a year. We've got some labs and some testing we might be doing, and we're getting 50 of those people. You're working less hours for about the same price. We could even take that up to 100 if you wanted. And supplement sales, 45, we're selling 15 per week. That's about average. It doesn't bring in that much more money. Affiliate income, let's keep it in there because as you're growing your email list, it's good to promote other people and have people promote you. Doesn't add on a whole ton more. But tell you what, let's just roll up here. What is the percentage of total revenue? This column, this blue column is the clarity piece. I want you to think of the blue column as the lens of clarity to say, okay, if here's what I was doing in my business and here's what's possible, what should I focus on first? What's the first revenue stream I should put in place for my business? So as we look through this percentage of total revenue column, Lisa, what stands out to you?
It was that top one right up there. It's getting my core offer going.
Yeah, it could be doing some affiliate stuff, right? 25%, supplement sales, 12%. Our one-on-one was what, 20%? So I scroll up, low ticket 5, core program 31. So as you start to play with these numbers and make it as realistic as you want, you can be aggressive or assertive with it. You can be super soft and undercut what the numbers could possibly be. Make it however it is for you. But remember, once you have a big enough reason and why, hopefully that's some motivation and reason to at least start to layer in one additional stream of income. And if I had to go through here and say, what would I focus on? If I had an email list, I'd certainly start doing some affiliate inbound and outbound, but most certainly I would add in some sort of core program. So I want you to run your numbers. And after you run your numbers, spend some time looking at percentage of total revenue. This blue column, clarity, it will
Travis,
literally show you your path to what to do next.
sorry to interrupt you. The
No, please.
the other thing that I really love about this is I think one of the things we struggle with is raising our prices, raising our rates.
Here?
And yeah, a lot of acupuncturists actually do it every year because there's always a discussion in ABA about how to do it, how to inform
Yes.
people, that kind of stuff. But what I love about this is bringing down the number of hours that you work. So there's some scarcity there and people scheduling, and then upping the rate is a nice combination because now you're also seeing when you're working fewer hours, you have those hours now to devote to something like putting together a digital product or a core program and start learning and how to do that kind of stuff. So you can see as you toggle with the number of hours where you can then place those hours in terms of adding revenue streams to your business by doing other things. So I love that you can toggle this and play with it and see
Yeah,
where it really
change that,
pans
right?
out. Yeah.
Totally. So I have a friend who runs and manages like one of the biggest acupuncture clinics in all of Portland, Intergate Acupuncture, and he and his wife both work there, and they're both good friends of ours. And she was saying, "Oh, I don't even want to take time to go to the post office because it costs me money.
Yeah.
If I have to go out and run out and get this or run out and go do that's not hours that I'm actually in clinic seeing my patients." And it's such a hard way to live. I can't go on vacation because if I'm on vacation, I'm losing money. So the conversation Lisa and I are passionate about having, and it's why we're such good partners, is because Lisa's also a believer in the importance of diversifying your income streams. And it could be just diversifying a income stream. So you reduce risk and you increase stability. And so that you can, oh my gosh, take this from 30 at 85 to hopefully, I don't know, 15, 12, right? At over 100. But then play with some numbers. Maybe you take out low ticket altogether. Maybe just the one thing you're doing. You're not even selling many, maybe you are selling some supplements because that makes sense. Maybe you say, Travis, I'm not going to do affiliate income. I'm not going to be emailing right now. I just need to figure out one additional thing. Yeah, I'm selling some beamers and some patches and some lotions and potions and supplements. And maybe I'm getting a few more things in there. So I've got other revenue, Amazon revenue, whatever. Some of that's coming in and it is a nice portion, but I want to lower the number of hours that I'm working in clinic seeing people because I'm selling my time for money. And I want to find a way of having, even if it's lower, and I'm getting 60 students a year at $1,000, that still ends up being as much income as I'm making than in my online practice. But I've got time and I'm
Yeah.
building something scalable. And I can take it from 60 one year to 70 the next. I can go from 60 to 70. And then the next year, maybe I'm selling 100. And this is one of those flywheels that once you start getting the process spinning with a core program and later adding a high ticket or a low ticket monthly continuity, we didn't even talk about that. It just starts to replace more and more. And then this goes down to maybe 6 hours a week, right? And then now you're at 120 students in your online program and you're working 6 hours a week, but at $120 an hour now. And we just start to slowly replace you out of the practice with other sources of scalable online income that don't require you being there in person. Lisa, is there anything about this that doesn't seem realistic or doable or scammy or weird? I want your honest assessment of this.
No, I don't think it seems scammy or weird. I think sometimes though wrapping our head around what would a core program look like? Like how do I get 120 people into something that I created for 9.95? Like those kinds of questions come up, which I think are really good questions. And I want to just say that I'm a believer in multiple streams of income because I would have gone out of business if I hadn't. And that was way back in 2005. Some of you know my story. So I did this out of desperation, and it turned out to be something that I actually love doing, and it has allowed me to take care of my mom when she moved in with me. It's allowing me to take care of my husband when he had to retire. So this is, like, pretty damn and practical for me. Like, it's just practical to go through and look at the numbers, and then also have the piece of dreaming above and beyond what I felt like I could accomplish in my life. The other piece that I think this calculator becomes very important is as we reduce the number of one-on-one hours that we're seeing patients, what I want everyone to keep in mind is that those programs where we're seeing 300 a year, those are more people that we're helping. So changing the way that we help people. So it's not all just one-on-one hands-on acupuncture, which I know we all love. That's like where we feel the chi. That's what we want to do. But there is so much satisfaction in doing group programs where you have a cohort of people that you're working with and getting them to their goal, their health goal, whatever that is, in that kind of community and environment, and they're not necessarily in your hometown. They're in different countries, and you're able to reach people and have that kind of influence and effect from the same training that we had going through Chinese medicine school. The information that we learn is not something that we're taught to package and to give it put it together in a way that's accessible. And that's what these kind of core programs allow us to be able to do is get that information out there so that everybody can benefit from the kind of knowledge that we get on lifestyle medicine, on prevention, and still they can come see us if they're local to get treatment. So for me, having something like this where you run the numbers just puts that added piece of, "Oh my god, I can do this." It puts that in there in a realistic sort of framework. So I'm really grateful to you, Travis, for putting it together for us.
Oh, I love that. Lisa, speaking of you going through training, are you still friends with anyone that you went through acupuncture school? You still friends with
I
any of those people?
I sure am. Yes, I am. I have colleagues.
The biggest benefit isn't the money. So we're talking about core programs, we're talking about online offers. So one of the things that we specialize in is helping acupuncturists, practitioners, people in the health and wellness, more like functional, integrative, holistic medicine side, build online group programs. Community cohorts is my term. Community cohorts. The most special thing isn't necessarily them going from meh to yay with their health. It's the group environment. There's so many published studies on how adherence to protocols, adherence to getting a result increases in a group environment. But the most special thing are the friendships that get created, the camaraderie, the community. It's this third mind that gets created. Yes,
Yeah.
people come into the online program. Yes, you make money as a result of doing that. Yes, people's health does get transformed from where they were to where they are now after the program. But oh my gosh, if the community isn't the best part of it all. When people come into our program, actually, I've got a great picture that Lisa hasn't even seen yet. Let
Ooh,
me
let
share
me see.
this. But this is our favorite part. My favorite part isn't the calculator or the money. It's not the gold. It's not even working with A-list people. So my wife and I, we've worked with a ton of like A-list people in the health and wellness space. Not my favorite part. My favorite part is this:
Wow.
the people that come in and go through the program, especially when you, for the first time, you meet people like this and your life has changed. And we love all of these people, but this one right here, she's special. And we met her inside of a group program, and we will be forever lifelong friends. Lisa, you can't get rid of us. And when I look through this, like when we're on these calls that we love doing so much, if I look over here, and I don't want to go bring this in too much, but if I'm looking in here, acupuncturist is doing great, acupuncturist for sure.
Yeah.
And we have so much fun in our group environments. And this is what I want for everyone that's watching this. This is what I want for Lisa. This is what I want for all of you, is to at some point be able to dial down seeing patients one-on-one, create community cohorts, groups of people who you love being with, who they all become friends, who they all help each other, who they all cry in the shower at the same time because what they're going through is tough and hard, and you get to be there to lead them through that to the other side. There is so much beauty and satisfaction in leading a group of people through a transformation and watching the friendships. the results that happen as a result of going through that together, it's the most special part of it all. And you can do it from anywhere in the world. You don't have to be in person doing it. And it's the real soul of what we do and what I want to be able to see if it's right for you. So there's nothing to buy. I have zero things to sell you on this call. So put away your credit card. There's nothing for you to buy. The one thing I want to offer you, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you a test right now to see. It's like a little muscle test, muscle testing. Is this right for me or is this not right for me? So the way you know is, first of all, you've got to fill out your calculator. Okay. As it is, as it could be. Okay. I want you to fill that out as it could be. My offer to you is literally to hop on a call with you and strategize and map out a marketing game plan for the next 90 days and the next year and give you 3 marketable things that you can do right now to add additional income. So here's where this is a no. This is not right for you. I want to start this off by saying, hey, Travis, this is not right for me because let me draw this so you can see it. If you are focused on only one-to-one patients, so Travis, I am just in one-to-one. I only want to be in one-to-one. I only want to grow my practice. I only want to see people in person. Then my offer is a no for you. And that's perfect. That's great. That's awesome. Keep doing one-to-one. If that's your thing, if that's where you thrive, I am not the right person to help just people who are focused only on one-to-one practices. If going through the calculator, and it's this column. So this is it's so important to see. This percentage of total revenue, okay? This column is clarity. If once you go through and you put your numbers in the calculator and you see something that's possible for you, ways that you could diversify additional income streams, even a income stream, so you can reduce risk, so you can increase financial stability. And if any of these columns, let me just draw this in. And what I want you to do is I want you to say, okay, if any of these columns and the multiple streams of revenue, be it core programs, high ticket, low ticket, monthly continuity, supplements, affiliates, if any of those other columns speak to you and you're like, okay, Lisa's been talking about this for a while, adding additional sources of revenue. If you want to do some sort of a core program, high ticket, low ticket, monthly continuity, and slowly build that over time, then that would be a yes. If any of those things are something that feels like it might be a right fit for you, I offer a 50-minute call with me. We hop on Zoom
Whoa.
and I take you through 9 steps. I literally will diagnose your business. So this is actually, I love doing this because you get to be the patient for once and I get to be the doctor and I diagnose your business in 9 different areas. This is actually how we met Lisa and how we became friends with Lisa was by going through this exact thing, which if it's right for you, if what I just showed you, how is it a yes or a no? If it's a yes, you can book a 50-minute session with me via Zoom where I will literally diagnose your business and see the possibilities for adding on at least a additional source of revenue and then how you can stack that over time. Lisa, you were on a call just like this. What was your experience of going through this process?
First, let me just say I saw Joy do a webinar online, just recorded training that I was watching. And I thought I knew everything in this sort of space. And I was blown away by the information that she provided. And she actually said, you can do a one-on-one call. And I thought, no, really? And so I signed up for it. We did a call and it was very illuminating for me. I attribute it as that being like the beginning of that light bulb. I mean, the sun turning on for me because, again, before I thought I knew what I was doing and what I needed to do. And yeah, life changing is thrown around. It's cliche, but it is the beginning of my life really changing. And you know that, Travis, because I'm in your world. Like we're stuck together because, yeah, it really changed the way I approach what I'm doing and the potential that I can do. I think a lot of what has held me back has been, I'll say it's fear, but it's more like that critic in my mind of what other people think, not wanting to offend people, talking about money, all these things feel wrong. And so, what I've been able to do working with you guys and have that sense of clarity is been able to really stand into what I am and what I really want to do for people and be very confident about that and know that I can
Whoa,
help
whoa, whoa,
people and
whoa.
I'm okay to
Lisa, did you
risk
just
myself.
say, oh my God. So hold on. You just said I'm able to stand more in who I am and take a stand for the people that I believe in. Is
Right.
there anything possible? Is there anything better than that? That's a Santa Fe
Yeah.
right there. That literally is a Santa Fe.
Yeah. As acupuncturists, sometimes our own family members don't believe in what we're doing.
Yep.
Like we've talked to people had Christmases and Thanksgivings with family members who think what they're doing is a waste of time. And so it's hard to walk around with that burden on us. And
Yeah.
so when you can stand up and go, you know what? God bless those people, let them go. I know what I'm doing makes a difference. And by golly, I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to screw up. And that's okay because I know I can help people. The people that need what I'm going to present and what I can give to them, it's gonna change their lives, and I'm going to stand on my mountain, and I'm gonna shout because this makes a difference.
I think this is huge.
Yeah,
Don't you like being a health and wellness practitioner can be lonely?
for
It's
sure.
also important to have a community of people who are rowing in a similar direction, who support and care about each other, right? Oh my gosh, what is better than that? Yeah. So if you see some potential in adding additional sources of online income, these aren't going to be available for very long. It's a no pressure, all about you and business growth. In this, I'm going to play a game with you. Like we start off by playing a game, and it's called red light, yellow light, green light. I diagnose your business in 9 different areas using a red light, yellow light, green light, how game we play. And then what I'll do is, I know you can't see the 3 down at the bottom, but I'll give you 3 prescriptions. I'll give you like literally what will happen on this call. I will be very clear on what could be some next steps for you, and you get to decide if it's right for you or not. So wouldn't it be great to have your business diagnosed by someone who's been doing this more than a decade for many 7 and 8 and some 9-figure businesses, and who loves doing it more than anything? Not not for these people. This used to be the people I serve. I prefer now people like you and Lisa, who are doing it soulfully, who are helping people, and we're all doing it together as a community. I would like to offer you a growth marketing game plan session. And you can get that simply by going to healatscale.com/friend of Lisa. We'll diagnose your business over a 50-minute Zoom session. And it looks a lot like this. You go to a page, when you click on that page, it looks just like this. You'll click the big orange button, put in your name and email. On the next page, there's a calendar, and you would pick a time that works for you on the calendar, right? And you and I will have a 50-minute call. No pressure. I just want to help you. Why do I do these calls for free? Simply because I know a portion of those people will turn into people like Lisa, who becomes a client and a friend and part of our community. So will all of those calls turn into clients? No, but a portion of them will. Much like Lisa hopped on one of those calls, became a client, a friend, a fan, and now a partner. And so if this feels right, once you've run the numbers in the calculator, and if you're looking for something beyond only one-to-one care, if it's only one-to-one care, I'm not a right fit for you. If you see something possible for scaling up a diversified source of income, if adding an additional source of revenue makes sense for you, you want to reduce risk and increase stability, then please go to healatscale.com/friend of Lisa. These calls won't be available for long. I think I'll probably do 2 to 3 weeks of these calls and then shut it down. Lisa, I'm coming to the end of all of this. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Thank you, Travis. This is great, and I encourage everyone to really be honest about the numbers that you have. Use the calculator. There's nothing to be ashamed or worried about or anything like that. Just make the numbers real so that he can realistically help you decide what you want to do. And the decision is up to you. For me, it was a no brainer to work with Joy and Travis, and they have over delivered in every single aspect of anything that they promised to provide to me, to the community. And again, I've been around digital marketing and online programs and people that help create courses and stuff like that. And I have never found anyone like what Joy and Travis provide. And full disclosure, I'm inviting Travis back next week, Wednesday, same time, and I'm going to ask him to give an inside look at what I started out with, which was protocol to program. So I am going to have him back. If you guys have questions, you can ask then about what it's like to create a program. But first, I think this is a great first step to be able to take advantage of Travis's years of experience and the fact that he's taking all that experience, all that knowledge, and he's offering to help us little bitty acupuncturists, right? We don't have to be little bitty acupuncturists. We can play with the big people, but we have to expand our thinking. And I think this is one of the first steps, using that calculator to expand what's possible in your life and in your business.
So thank you for having me in the group.
Thank you, Travis. We will be back next week. I appreciate everything that you're doing for us. And everybody, please give Travis a thumbs up and a thank you and appreciation and heart bubbles and all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next week. Thanks.